tea education and for connecting with other tea aficionados. My name is Lauren, and this is my rooftop here in China, where I drink copious amounts of Chinese tea with plants and animals and just spill stuff everywhere. This is Huang Huang, and Huza is a cat somewhere over here. Where's the cat? Huza? Well, there most certainly was a cat. I'm not sure where the cat is. That's okay. I'm sure he's somewhere. Where is that cat? Weird. Huh. Okay. Well, hope everyone's doing well. And, he might have jumped over. He might be over here somewhere. I'm not really sure. But there's last year's Christmas tree right there. And there is this year's Christmas tree. So I've got the Christmas tree. I'm just going to get it planted. I'm going to plant it in this. And, yeah, Christmas tree. We're doing it. Really bad pollution day today. I want to mention that. Look at the mountain, everybody. I'm sorry you have to see this. Look at this. Under the Dome. Is the name of some documentary? Yeah, really poor air quality. And it's been like that the past couple days. It's kind of normal for this time of the year. A convergence of factors. But there's like this southerly wind breeze that's taking a bunch of pollution from Dongguan and Guangzhou and shipping it right down here to Shenzhen. Now, Shenzhen normally has really good air quality because they've priced out all the factories and nobody can really afford to do manufacturing in like downtown Shenzhen. I mean, even on the outskirts, it's like the factories just keep getting pushed further north, even though it's the factories that really made Shenzhen. Anyways, so a little bit poor air quality, which is rare. Normally, Shenzhen has the best air quality of any major city in China. Of any like tier 1 city. You know, your Shanghai's, your Beijing's, your, Guangzhou's. Anyways, so we're dealing with it. I've got a great air filtration system in my apartment, which cuts the PM 2.5 down to the single digits, which is where you want to be. Right now, we're up at like the, I think around like 50s or something. Not good. Anyways, there's like different indexes, and so there's different ways to track air quality. But generally, what you get here in like Shenzhen, you'll get the PM 2.5, and then you'll get like a secondary pollutant being ozone. And Shenzhen seems to think that it's like, they say 40% of the PM 2.5 is coming from cars. Hey, Emily Scheischer. Chichet. Emily Chichet. Is it French? I don't know how. I was just listening to a biography of Ferrero, the Ferrero Rocher guy, and he's Italian, but I don't know why I mentioned that, because you're French. Okay, Shayer. Oh, I see. Emily Shayer. Cool. Well, thanks for stopping by. Yeah, this is my rooftop here in China, where I just shirtless drink tea, like just a savage. Anyways, this is just the rinse of this Yue Guang Mei Ren, which is Moonlight Beauty. And I used to believe that it was picked in moonlight, and boy, I was so naive. And that's not actually true. And it's just kind of like a story people tell. But yeah, it's from Yunnan. It's a white tea from Jinggu. And I really like it. Really like it. This Yue Guang Mei Ren, it's basically a Yue Guang Bai, which is just a moonlight white tea. But this is kind of a more strict picking standard where it's just a bud and one leaf. So kind of a more premium, a little bit higher end Yue Guang Mei Ren. Just a bud and one leaf. I'm trying to grab one here. Well, that's just a bud. But, yeah, like this. Oh no, it's just, I think the leaf fell off. There we go. So see, it's like a bud and a leaf. So that's Yue Guang Mei Ren. Hey, Kintisipsy. Wow, I thought Emily Shayer had a difficult name to pronounce. But then Kintisipsy stopped by. Hello. Yeah, welcome. Welcome. This is my rooftop here in China, where I drink tea. I had a cat around here. It's so strange when the cat just disappears. Oh, there it is. There he is. Who's that? Who's that? Can't wait and see him. He's an exotic short hair. He was just kind of a street cat near death when we got him. And this is also an animal near death. She came to us 10 years ago. That's Huang Huang. Anyways, Travis, thanks for stopping by. Huh. That's interesting. All right. So, yeah, just drinking some tea here. But I was remarking on the air pollution today. Usually these mountains are like HD. But, yeah, early December, and you get kind of the southerly airflow. So, yeah, it's kind of uncharacteristic for Shenzhen. That's the city where I live. It's just across the border from Hong Kong. And usually the air quality is very good. The best of all the big cities in China. But today is not the case. So I'm going to go hide. After this, I'll just go back and hide in my apartment, blasting the HEPA filter. And it actually does a pretty good job. It hasn't integrated my Xiaomi, which is a big Chinese company, tech company. My Xiaomi air purifier has a PM 2.5 meter on it. And I've decided to believe it. And it seems to do a pretty good job. Yeah, this is like a really mellow tea. I think if you aged it, it would have a little bit more depth. But, yeah, it's really nice. But yes, my little rooftop here. These are some grapes. They're not exactly thriving. I guess it's like off season. Because the roof's kind of... I used to do live streams up here all the time. But the roof is kind of not as beautiful as it was. The papaya tree. Sugar cane in the corner, lemon tree. But yeah, that's the Christmas tree wrapped up over there. I'm going to get that planted. Probably in this over here. And yeah. Oh, thank you. Golden monkey. It wasn't great quality. Yeah, I forgot. Golden monkey. What was that? Is that Jinjin Mei? I forget what. That's just like a made-up name for it, right? Is it Jinjin Mei? Golden monkey. Yeah, I forgot. I know the Chinese names. Alright, but thanks, Travis. Thanks for stopping by, man. To watch this weirdo ramble about tea on the roof. Look at that lone bud just hanging. Toot. Yeah, it's a cool tea. Yeah, from Jingu, way out in the sticks. I mean, it's like weird, really bad road conditions, crazy mountain roads, like 4 hours in a car north of Pu'er City in Yunnan to get this tea. And it's just like super off the beaten path. And it's just difficult to kind of get to and difficult to find. And not really like a popular destination. And so it was just really difficult. I mean, like the taxi driver didn't know where The first taxi driver wanted us to like cancel the trip because he didn't want to do it, so we had to give him extra money because he was gonna have like this nightmare drive back, empty. But he ended up actually just like waiting for us there, and it was just worth his time to just like wait, 5 hours or 10 hours or whatever. Oh no, he didn't wait. I'm sorry, I'm like misremembering. No, he went back, and then the farmer dude took us to a little hotel, which was like also like an hour drive away. So it's just like far distances, bad roads, which is rare for China. China's got, a lot of new roads, but not out there. Cool. Yeah, well, I've just been really inconsistent about doing these live streams. So I'm really trying to get back into it. Check out this bird chilling on the holongua, the dragon fruit plant over there on my neighbor's. You can see a little dragon fruit there. Anyways, bird watching in China. Welcome to bird watching in China. But yeah, I've been really inconsistent about the content, and the videos, and the live streams, and man, I've just been feeling like trapped under this operations. I've been so busy making pouches and packing tea and sourcing teacups like Jianzan, like this teacup. I went to Jingu, and then first I went to Yiwu, and there was like one trip I went to Yiwu, and then Jingmai, and then Jingu, and then I came back for like a week, and then went to Shuiji for the teacups. So it's just been like a lot of stuff, and then making pouches and packing tea has been a lot. But hey, I think Black Friday's over now, so we can relax a little and get back into the routine of delivering videos. But yeah, I just got to work on my systems. I think many people have this issue with like, with like the falling off the wagon with like the videos. And, so many of these routines, fitness or the way you're eating or any sort of like little productive things you do. Once you break that routine, it's like takes way more effort to restart it than it does to just continue with it. And then you start getting all this like anxiety and overthinking, and like I've noticed the less short videos I make, the harder they are to do. And it's like you just end up putting all this pressure on this one video when you're like, well, maybe I should just post this video and then make another video tomorrow if I thought I made a mistake or something. But yeah, I just end up just overthinking it. And I think a lot of people have this problem. Once a habit has been broken, it's just it's like pushing a train from a halt. It's much easier to keep it going than to start it from a stop. And I like to think about this stuff in December because everybody has their New Year's resolutions and stuff. I like to establish that kind of stuff in December, and then you can just plow through the first of the month, sticking to your guns. And I like to make the joke that I start my New Year's resolutions December 1st, and then I'm just a month ahead of everybody. It's kind of funny. But look at these flowers. Wow, look at the petal density on these roses. Hey, BRB Jim. You been hitting the gym, BRB Jim? But really nice roses. And it's like, winter here. But still got some nice flowers. Just drinking some Yue Guang Mei Ren, the bud and one leaf Yue Guang Bai variation. Moonlight White. Yunnan Moonlight White tea. BRB Jim says he hasn't been hitting the gym. No, I'm sorry to hear that, man. And I was just talking about how like once you break these routines, it's so hard to get it going again. Yeah, it's like a bud and one leaf white tea from Yunnan. I'm trying to like grab one here. It's like a bud and a leaf. And they're all supposed to be a bud and a leaf. Yue Guang Mei Ren. It's just a moonlight white variation. Here's the dry leaves. There's these really beautiful, shiny coat of trichomes. Now, trichomes on tea, they're not glandular. They're just a mechanical, physical barrier to insects, and some researchers have argued it creates like a microclimate around the leaf, protects it. It's just protection, physical protection. Whereas like the trichomes on cannabis are glandular. They produce, THC, but not on tea. It's just fur. It's just a physical barrier. And it's all just a bud and one leaf. Anyways, I've seen it on your website. They're so frosty. Thanks, man. Thanks. They are pretty frosty, aren't they? I like that description. They are frosty. This teacup's pretty frosty too. I got a steal of a deal on this thing because it has this error here. See how it's the glaze is chipped off here. It's like sharp here. And because of that error, my dragon kiln guy, he actually gave this to me as like a gift. But I spent a lot of money with him, so it's not like it was like a good business move for him to give it to me. He's a really nice guy. I have a long video coming up with him in it, and I know I've been saying that for a while. Yeah, totally. But yeah, I really started to enjoy these Jinzan teacups. Okay, tea. Almost poured it in the ginseng cup. That's kind of funny. I was thinking deeply about this silver here. What's the value on this? So 200 grams. I think silver's like $30 an ounce now, isn't it? So 200 grams is like, what, like 7 ounces? Almost? A little bit less than 7 ounces. So this is like a couple $100 worth of silver. And silver and gold have really... Will it be in English? Will it be in English? What do you mean, will it be in English? Will it be in English? Oh, on my website? I use the pinyin. I use the pinyin for all my teas. I think it's the most true to... I think we need, as like Americans, we need to start learning the pinyin for these Chinese teas. And not just giving them fancy little... You know how like the cannabis industry descended into like just stupid names for all the strains? I really don't want that to happen to tea. So, yeah, there are historical names of these teas, and we can express them in American English speaker readable pinyin. And the video with your cup builder. Well, I mean, yeah, you might see him speaking in Chinese a little bit. but I'll be speaking in English. I might just voice. I just have a lot of great video from it. I don't know if we'll really be hearing from him much. Uh, I made a video with him a while back where, he was talking to me in Chinese and I subtitled it. Short video. But yeah, I'm not fluent in Chinese. Yeah, not fluent. Which isn't really that much of a problem. Um, yeah, it's been manageable. I mean, yeah, it's I know survival Chinese. Survival Chinese. 你好，你可以帮我吗? Hello, can you help me? Yeah, I can get by. What temperature you running to steam is the white teas? Usually is boiling for everything except green. Hey, BRB Jim, I'm pretty similar. I am pretty similar, man. Yeah, if it tastes a little bit off, or I'm not really in love with it, I might try to lower the temp a bit, but, I don't really freak out about temperature. And also, I do very short infusions, like rapid infusions. Like, I'll just hit it with the water, and so I've never really, I don't have strict rules about water temperature, except for maybe green teas, but hey, I'll throw some green tea in like a big pitcher and then hit it with some boiling water. And, some people may say that's not the right way. I am not afraid to defy convention and, do whatever you like. And so, on my website, like I don't really do a lot of recommendations about water temperature or steeping duration or leaf quantity. I kind of leave that. That's part of the fun. Slap it with some hot water. Try that. Make another guy one. Hit it with some cooler water. See what it does. Yeah, the cotton candy of teas. Yeah, that Shomei. I was about to bring that Shomei up here today instead of this one, but I was like, I'll bring this one. Yeah, that Shomei is delightfully sweet. It's incredible, really. Kind of like classic fooding Shomei. And it's so old now. 2012, that Shomei. 15-year-old, or sorry, even 13-year-old, my math, 10-year-old tea. Oh, it is 13. Gosh, I'm just like a little bit loopy today. I think it's because day one of a fast. That's why. Yeah, BRB Jim, it did sell out so fast. It'll be restocked. I still have some. But it won't be restocked probably until January. Probably late January. Yeah. Yeah, I'm just starting with ocean freight now. I've been like rushing stuff out through Hong Kong via DHL and like begging the DHL lady for a deal. And yeah, so I'm like kind of restructuring the way I ship tea. And just about about a week. Just over a week, I'm going to be doing my first ocean freight. And I'm really excited about that. And yeah, it's going to totally change the economics of the business. I really describe it as like flipping the profit switch because DHL is insanely expensive and it's been killing me. So finally got the new system kind of figured out, and I don't know why I was just kind of like afraid to learn the new way. And I guess I regret that a little bit. But hey, DHL I'm really familiar with and I know how to do that. So, in emergency situations, I can always call on that old system that I have of like just taking boxes to Hong Kong and like literally getting them in America in like less than 72 hours, like from when I drop it off. which is really cool. It's cool that you can get tea. I mean, think about like green tea that's picked in April. Like I can get it within 5 days of it being picked, and then I can probably get it in like 4 days of it being picked, and then get it to America in less than 3 days. You could have tea, in theory. I could have tea on the website, green tea, that was picked a week ago, and then you would get it like 2 to 3 days after that if you bought right then. So like 10 days, you'd be at home in America drinking green tea that was picked in China 10 days ago. Like that's crazy. Oh, that's pretty cool. And yeah, I'm gonna probably try to do that this year just to see what that's like and see if I can do that. But yeah, ocean freight. The first half of 2026, I'm trying to make at least half of my tea go out ocean freight, and then by the second half of the year, I want like 100% of my tea, except for rare exceptions, to be going out ocean freight. And that's kind of a huge thing. Like that's really going to change. That's actually going to make this business work. Because if you're constantly air shipping with DHL, it doesn't really work. Well, yeah, they used to use those clipper ships. I really like those clipper ships. They were like the fastest vessels in the world at the time, and they were specifically built for tea transport. And so I always feel like that. I always feel like I'm like walking in the footsteps of my European ancestors when I'm like rushing tea out of, Guangdong province into Hong Kong and then getting it shipped out. Like 150 years ago, like there were British people doing that. Like tea merchants. Yeah, there's a lot of interesting history in this whole area, Shenzhen, Hong Kong. It's all quite fascinating. Like the Japanese were like controlling Hong Kong for a while. Like it's just a really interesting history here. But yeah, so I'm pleased to be able to do that, and that's going to really help with keeping stuff in stock and keeping everything going good. And yeah, ocean freight, large shipments. With ocean freight, you're kind of at like a 1 cubic meter minimum price. So no matter what, you're going to be paying for a cubic meter. And a cubic meter is a lot of tea. I mean, just think about it. A cubic meter of tea. Wow, that would be enough tea for you to drink for years as a single person. Yeah, I guess like the British kind of like pushed the Japanese out of Hong Kong. I need to study it a lot more, but it's all really interesting. But I always just think about that when I'm doing those Hong Kong tea runs. I'm like, wow, there was probably some British dude doing exactly what I'm doing. Like, 150 years ago or something. Really interesting. All right. No. Mylar. You mean like the shiny? Yeah. No. I don't. Hey, ABH313. This is a Yue Guang Mei Ren, which is Moonlight Beauty. It's a Moonlight White variation with just a bud and a leaf. See, it's all like a bud and a leaf. So usually Moonlight White is like a bud and a couple leaves, kind of like a bud moved on. This one's a little bit more strict, just a bud and a leaf. Yeah, those Mylar shiny bags, I don't think you need to rest tea. If the tea needs to be rested, that'll usually be done by the producer. They're not going to be shipping it out before it's consumable. Some teas do some of that. And then some producers do age their tea like on site or nearby for like 6 months or a year before they will sell it to people. But yeah, I wouldn't say as a general rule you need to rest any tea. You mean like just like not drink it? Yeah, I don't think you need to do that. Cool. Cool. Yeah, I've been going kind of deeper into the white teas. Oh, okay. Yeah. I mean, yeah, the tea is gonna just take on the characteristics of its storage environment, with like pu'er cakes. I don't think you need to rest it. Um, yeah. I mean, you could. Like, the humidity inside a tea cake will just be like a week behind its atmospheric conditions. So, or maybe not a week. I don't know. Like, we need to do these. We need to study this more. I don't know. Like, what's the humidity of like inside? Like, how much lag is there? If you put a tea cake in a 30% relative humidity storage case, and it was previously in 50, like how long does that take for like the core of the cake to become 30? I don't know. I don't know. Maybe like a week. Maybe less. But yeah, to be safe, store your cakes like 45. I wouldn't go really over 50 unless you kind of know what you're doing and can like manage airflow and like flip it and just like move it around. And if you're not gonna like strictly manage the storage, I would just keep it under 50% relative humidity. I know you weren't even asking that, but that's just kind of what I do. And I pack all my tea. All my tea pouches are packed around 40% humidity. So like that's low. And I kind of learned that from a white tea guy who I respect, who always kept his tea storage kind of between 40 and 45%. And he thought that was kind of the safest. You tried dehydrating it and it got moldy? That seems like the opposite of dehydrating. ABH313, thanks for stopping by, man. What is that tiny little teapot by the fire? Oh, this, yeah, these are just coals here. Yeah, this is just a little, kind of for fun. I include these with orders often. Actually, every order gets some kind of cool little teapot. And I just think they're cool. I just like them. They just make me feel good. It's just cool. I mean, this is kind of like a craft that it just doesn't exist outside of China. I don't think anywhere else they're making like miniature, like actual clay, fired teapots. So yeah, I just kind of like them. I guess technically it's functional. It has a hole. Yeah, they're just kind of fun. Cool. Hey, BRB Jim. What's your maybe tell me your first name, or if you don't want to because of privacy concerns, that's okay. Yeah, I'm trying to think who you are. It was for me, right? You were one of my customers. You used a 69% humidity pack? Yeah, that seems really humid unless you're like in a HEPA, like spore. Like 69 is high unless you're like really controlling parameters and have clean air and are like decontaminating yourself before going into the storage room. Yeah, I would not be trusting anything into the high 60s. That's pretty humid. Yeah, mold for sure. Which white teas should not be aged? I don't think there's a problem with aging any white teas. One of my favorite white teas is my 2023 Bai Hao Yanjin. But yeah, in general, it seems like bud teas are not often aged, and I'm not really sure why. Mylars and vacuum sealed bags. Cool. Yeah, I store most stuff in just like uh just like big food grade trash bags inside those uh metal canisters. But my pouches, the pouches I use for storage are a 3-layer pouch. It's a PET outside and then aluminum layer, and then inside is a food grade PE layer. And so that 3-layer fortress really protects the tea. And then I pack it with clean filtered air in the ambient environment and less than 45% humidity. So you end up with like a pouch, and now I really seal my pouches properly with like a super legit machine. So you end up with like a pouch that's like low humidity internally, hermetically sealed, and yeah, I'd put my pouches toe to toe with any other pouches as far as preserving the tea for years. And yeah. Anyways, I don't know why I went on a little mini rant there about my pouches. I think about pouch quality a lot. Yeah, Silver Needle's cool. You know, I've got the bud only version of this also, which is called Bailong Shi. Bailong Shi. Shi. Which means dragon whiskers. And I guess it's because, like, just the buds kind of look like the whiskers on a dragon. Ah, that's cool, man. BRB Jim said your tea. Travis said your tea collection is a dream. Ah, thanks, man. I didn't choose the tea merchant life. The tea merchant life chose me. Whoops. Like looking at the phone screen and just like missing the gongdao bay. Thanks, man. Yeah, thanks for stopping by. I think we got a Ganesh here. You know, my wife is a yoga instructor, so she's all about the yoga life. And I've been to India a couple times, and each time like months, a month or two. So I've spent like 4 months in India, and I've been to a lot of places in India. But yeah, that's just some like, you know, Hindu culture there. I'm not a Hindu or anything. Oh, we got the Chinese flag right through there to let you know this is China, and don't you forget it. Okay. Goa. No, I've never been to Goa. Almost. I wanted to go Goa. I wanted to go to Goa, but I never made it over there. Have you gone to Goa? You gotta go to Goa. That's what they say. Yeah, I've just been to like Delhi and Rishikesh and Bengaluru and Mysuru. And yeah. But I've never been to like Mumbai, which is kind of funny. It's like, you've never been to the biggest city in India? Nope, never been. Never been to Calcutta or Mumbai or any of the tea regions. Next time I go back to India, I'm going to go to the tea regions. Yeah, India's a little bit of a difficult place to travel. It's kind of like a tourism on hard mode because they speak such great English. And they like to, you know, yeah, there's a lot of scammers in India. I was like, do I want to talk about this? Yeah, I do. And yeah, they'll like just lie to you and cheat you. And they speak such good English that it's so easy for them to do that. I showed up in India alone at like 2 a.m. and I just had the worst experience trying to get a car to a nearby city. I don't want to talk about it. I think I was just 24 when I first went there, and I showed up alone. I was like meeting my then girlfriend. She had gone for yoga, and I was like, "Oh, I'll meet you there." And I had to like finish work. Yeah, I don't recommend flying into India the first as a first timer at like 2 a.m. alone without internet. It's not going to be pleasant. It's pretty funny. Okay. No, but India will probably be the first country I visit. Then Thailand after. Yeah, Thailand is so, dude. Thailand is the total opposite. I lived in Thailand for about 4 months continuously, but I go to Thailand frequently. I've been to Thailand probably like 10 times. The longest I was ever actually in country kind of continuously was 4 months. Because they don't really want you living there on like tourist visas and visa free stamps. So if you're going to stay there long term, you actually need the easiest way is just to get a education visa, which you can get through like a kickboxing or Muay Thai gym. It's like a Thai culture visa, education visa. But yeah, dude, they're the total opposites. India is travel on hard mode. Thailand, travel on easy mode. Oh my gosh, Thailand is so easy. Everything just works. It's like just easy. I mean, yeah, they'll try to scam you a little bit here and there. Not really. Not. Well, okay. Well, I have been scammed pretty good in Thailand too. And I don't really want to get into that one. But yeah, Thailand's so easy and nice. Thailand is totally opposite of India. India's like hard, difficult tourism, difficult travel. Thailand's like, oh, yeah, we've seen waves of tourism for decades, and we know exactly what you're looking for. It's just like really easy. Yeah, Thai people are very nice and very peaceful. Yes, yes. Yeah, I've spent a lot of time in Chiang Mai, and Chiang Mai has a lot of Buddhist monks, and Buddhism in general seems like a real kind of like there's just a lot of peacefulness. I've never met like a really devout Buddhist that I didn't like. And so yeah, man, you should go to India and then relax in Thailand to de-stress from India. India can be a little bit stressful. A little bit. You would think even though they speak English, there's a lot more English spoken in India than Thailand. You would think it would be more difficult in Thailand then. No, not at all. You know, Thailand has a tourism economy. India, not so much. And yeah, in like the 80s, the Japanese were all vacationing in Thailand. And then it was like the Americans. And now it's like the Chinese. And Thailand just has a really robust hotels, service industry, restaurants, coffee shops, good customer service. Love Thailand. I can't say enough great things about Thailand. In fact, in the future, I would actually like to probably buy a condo there when the business gets going, and have that as like kind of my plan B. Maybe get like they do have like a entrepreneur visa they offer now, which I think is good for like 10 years. It's a little bit of money though. You have to prove some income and stuff. But yeah, Thailand is a great kind of regional plan B for me. I'd love to put some roots down there. Great place. Love Thailand. World-class healthcare. You can go there and just rent a car. They won't even look at your international driving permit. At least they didn't for me. You can rent motorcycles. I've done that many times. Yeah. Anyways, sorry, you just snapped me into like this reminiscing. Good old Thailand. I quit drinking in Thailand. That's something notable. Yeah, I was like a binge drinking alcoholic loser in my 20s. And then when I was 29, I I said enough was enough when I was in Thailand after a couple rough nights and quit drinking. So I've been sober ever since I quit drinking in Chiang Mai, Thailand. I remember my last drink was a margarita at the best Mexican food restaurant I've ever been to in Asia called Salsa Kitchen, which is still there. Yeah. Yeah, thank you. Thank you. Yeah, I was a problem. You know, I would get arrested and black out and just lose phones and friends and money and get injuries, broken teeth, broken skull, like I had like stitches in the back of my head, uh, just like high ankle sprains, just a lot of weird injuries. And wow, so glad I'm not doing that anymore. But yeah, Thailand, uh, great place. Hey, Emmanuel's here. My good friend Emmanuel. Just rambling on. Someone mentioned Thailand, and then I just went into like this full. I just started like, I just started like having flashbacks. Thailand's a great place. ABH 313. Yeah, yeah. If you have a substance problem, you definitely get more than your fair share of stories. Yeah. Yeah, Manuel, welcome, man. Well, I haven't been up here on the roof doing a live stream in like almost 2 months, and I just been like panicking, been like in panic mode, like trying to like pack tea and stuff. And but I'm kind of coming back to my center, getting back to the things that made me successful in the first place. Back to those winning routines. You know, the glamour and the Ferraris and the fast women and, you know, all that from my huge Black Friday sale. But now I'm like coming back down to earth. Time to get back to the basics. Because if you stop doing those basics, you lose all the fruits of those routines. So I'm coming back to it. I'm going to be doing live streams consistently. Going to be doing all that. Yeah, it's day one of another fast. I always talk about my fasting. So I probably have just 2 more fasts to the end of the year to kind of hit my 6-pack abs goal. Geospatial Dave, my favorite guy. Thanks for stopping by. Well, Emmanuel's probably my favorite. I'm just kidding. Yeah, yeah. This is a tea channel. So this is Yue Guang Mei Ren. It's a bud and a leaf from Jingu. And this one's from spring of this year. And yeah, the white tea. Moonlight White. But this is Moonlight Beauty. Because it just has 1 leaf in 1 bud, not 2 leaves. Yeah, I usually fast for like 6 or 7 or 8 days. Yeah, about a week. Yeah. And I've just been eating nothing but beef. I just crossed. Actually, yesterday it was 4 months of nothing but beef. So I'm either eating beef or nothing. I exercise great discipline. Dude, I am so stoked to hear that, Geospatial Dave. Thank you. Awesome, man. Yeah, I was really happy to find those. And there's a bunch of other little regions in Jingu that I just haven't explored. It's kind of an unknown. It's not really like a touristy area. It's hard to get to, and yeah, I need to go spend more time out there. Nah, thanks BRB Jim, but you shouldn't tell yourself that you couldn't do that. You can do whatever you put your mind to. And, sometimes you just have to kill your old self. Like, just grab your old head and just drown it in a bucket. Sorry. But, yeah, you have to kill your old identity. This is like a, mindset training and all that stuff. You have to just destroy your old self. And sometimes you got to burn bridges and burn the boats and go all in and kill your old self. And, yeah. There's a lot of different kind of ways to attack major life changes. But yeah, thanks for stopping by, Geospatial Dave. And we got Emmanuel in the house. Just some old friendly faces. It's like that Cheers show that came before Frasier in like the 90s. Sometimes you wanna go where everybody knows your name. It's just a lot of friendly faces over here at the rooftop live stream. I never really got into Cheers, but that show Frasier, I've seen the whole series like 5 times through. That's actually the show I've seen the most. I'm a little bit of a Frasier nerd. It's got Kelsey Grammer and I forgot Niles Crane. Niles Crane's, I forgot his name, the actor's name. I don't really do that stuff anymore. Now I'm all about the work. Okay, there's some questions here. Start with a 1-day fast, work out from there. Yeah, that's probably what most people recommend. I actually started with a 4-day fast. And, yeah, because the first 1 or 2 days really is the hardest. That's where you might get some hunger signals. But after that, it gets a lot easier in general. Also, if you're in ketosis, if you've been doing really low carb, that makes it easier to get into it because you're already like fat adapted. Excuse me. You're already like fat adapted and in ketosis. So that'll make it a little bit easier. You won't get those like carb cravings so much. Wherever, yep. I do 1-day fast almost every day. Almost every day, what I notice. But I don't notice it because I don't like maybe bread and cheese diet. Oh my gosh. Okay, so you're doing like 1 meal a day? Is that what you're saying? You do a 1-day fast almost every day? Cool. Yeah, I usually do like a 1 meal a day or possibly 2 meals a day. Cool. Awesome. Yeah, OMAD. 1 meal a day. Awesome, dude. Yeah, that's great. Yeah, sometimes it's hard for me to choke down like 3 pounds of beef. Or 4 pounds sometimes in one meal. Geospatial Dave said, I have to run, but always nice to stop by and say hi. Talk to you soon, brother. Be good. Dude, thank you so much for stopping by, man. Thank you so much. And you have a great evening. There goes a legend, Geospatial Dave. He is a cornerstone of this live stream. Yeah, BRB Jim. There are a lot of people having a lot of success with 1 meal a day. A lot of people having a lot of success on the carnivore diet. I mean, you can find people having success on every way of eating, which is kind of the funny thing. But yeah, for me personally, I like the extended fasts because I feel it's like easy after day 2, and yeah, and after going just full beef, just nothing but beef. I have my wife calling me Big Beef. No, I told her, honey, can you call me Big Beef? And, she didn't really take to it, but I'm still working on that. But, yeah. Yeah, nothing but beef. I've really been enjoying it, let me tell you. Lauren, can you take out the trash? Honey, it's big beef. We've talked about this. Dude, I am in love with beef, and I've really been studying like ruminant animals. They're like magic. Cows are like magic. You know, cows don't even like eat the grass, they eat the bacteria that eats the grass. Like, it's just crazy. They're like this critical link in the carbon chain where they convert grass through their ruminant stomachs with the bacteria fermentation in their stomachs. They convert it from totally like unusable to like the finest human food. I'm just like in love with ruminant animals. I just feel like they're magical. They're four-chamber stomachs. They just take this cellulose and through fermentation convert it to like the finest fat and protein available. Like, it's just amazing. Cows are magical. I just fry grass-fed ribeyes in tallow. Yeah, like a boss. Yeah, I just fry them up in some tallow. That's good eating right there, let me tell you. That's some good eating. That's some good eating right there. No. No. Hong Hong is a pet. She's not for food. Yeah, man. I'm all in on the beef. And yeah, there's a little like arbitrage opportunity living here in China. Because if I wanted to eat this way in America, look up the price for grass-fed ribeyes. You're going to find like $25 a pound. And I am not paying that over here because I eat frequently, about 3 or 4 pounds a day. Because I'm trying to eat slightly over maintenance when I eat, just to like help the hormone levels and stuff. So 3 or 4 pounds of steak, like that would be like $75 or $100 a day in America. Insanity. So I get these Brazilian grass-fed ribeyes. Oh, dude, you make your own tallow? Oh, that's awesome. That's kind of what I need to do next. Dude, that's awesome. You make your own tallow. That's so sick. You're buying like primal cuts and cutting the fat off and making it. That's awesome. Yeah, or like you get really skilled at hunting or something and just go do deer meat. But yeah, I was looking at like Costco online the other day. It was like $25 a pound for grass-fed ribeye. And I was like, whoa, like I pay less than $6 a pound for what I feel is pretty good quality from Brazil. Like, it's shipped from Brazil. Brazil has a great, like, kind of a pasture cattle industry. They have a lot of, like, pasture land. So, yeah, maybe in another life I'll be like a rancher. I've been kind of, like, pricing out... I've been pricing out ranch land in Paraguay. Once this tea thing takes off, I'm just starting with a couple hundred acres and 100 cow-calf pairs, and I'm going to be a rancher. Yeah, it's incredible. There's a lot of those kind of arbitrages of living in China. Yeah, costs are just down on everything across the board. Unless you want some specific kind of luxury goods or American products, then those prices are going to be higher. Yeah. This water's pretty hot, but I think it's still going to taste great. Thanks, BRB Jim. I don't know how serious I am about it. I'm all in on the tea thing. You know, it's easy to get distracted. I think a lot of us have like ideas just flying into our heads constantly, and you can end up like just getting nowhere. Doing like they call it like shiny object syndrome, or the grass is always greener, jumping around. So don't worry, I'm not going to start ranching right now. Still all in on the tea. On the 10-year time scale, I look at the tea business in like the decades. Like I'm all in. I think I'm gonna just do tea my whole life. I love tea. That's all I consume is tea and beef. I'm like it's like spiritual for me now. It's like tea and beef. It's like that's perfect. Oh yeah, you gotta focus. Man, in my 20s, I had like so many different like little businesses I tried to pursue. I had like a little English school, and I was like really trying to like do e-commerce. I was trying to do like Amazon FBA, and I was like, oh, I'll do eBay, and then, oh man, just kind of jumping around, and so I finally killed all other businesses right before I went all in on the tea thing. Actually, like 6 months before I started doing the tea thing, I shut down my watch business. I used to sell Chinese watches and like these bracelets. It was a really high quality bracelet. On eBay. I was like an eBay seller. And I did that for years. And I just had to shut it down because it's like I can't be distracted. I'm going all in on tea. And tea is so well aligned with like the way I want to like develop my life. I just feel like it's like super healthy and like tea makes me a better person. So yeah, like when your business is fully aligned with like your goals and your values and stuff, like that's perfect. Imagine living with no dreams or a way to think about what you want in the future. I think it's a very healthy thing to do. Yeah, BRB Jim, I have some friends, some of my childhood friends. I'm like, what are your goals? And they're like, nothing. I think tea people are the nicest people. It's the L-theanine, probably. I think tea people are a little smarter. This is like a thesis I'm working on. I think tea people are a little bit higher IQ, too. Now, higher IQ aren't necessarily nicer, but the L-theanine is probably part of that. Kind of more mellow, self-assured, less lashing out defensively. Tea people are the nicest people I've ever met. BRB Jim, that's so cool that you say that, dude. I have really been feeling that too. Feeling this PM 2.5 air pollution too. It's okay. We're going to go down and experience the HEPA filter. Yeah, there is, dude. There is a huge overlap with reading and tea people. Yeah, tea people are definitely higher IQ. The high IQ tea drinker. Who's going to write that book? You know, coffee drinkers are kind of like your normie. I use some modern vernacular slang jargon. Coffee drinkers are like your normie, like what do they call it? A wagey, a brokey. And tea drinkers are like your more conscious, like I don't know. I'm sure there's Reddit discussions about this stuff. I'm not really on Reddit. You're speaking straight facts, man. It really might be the L-theanine. Yeah, I think it is the L-theanine. All right. Wow, I've been doing this over an hour. Really coming back to the rooftop live streams with a bang. And yeah, I'll have some fires in here later. I got a bunch of stuff to burn over here. That's just my burning barrel. It's like a redneck here in China. It's my burning wok. It's a wok. It's a large wok. There's my burning wok. Yeah, we're gonna have us a fire. That's pretty funny. Okay. Well, thanks for stopping by, ABH313. It's fun. I've had a lot of fun doing this. I'm trying to like I don't watch movies or play video games or low dopamine baseline. So I'm actually getting a lot of pleasure from doing this live stream, talking to you guys. That's the kind of rewarding behavior that's gonna like. I'm doing this tomorrow too. I'm gonna be doing these every day now. I think I finally like restarted my live streaming system. Yeah. Yeah, it's my burning wok. In China, everybody's got their burning wok. And that's just my burning wok. Yes, sir. Okay. And that's my decoration wok. Which is, it's actually a really high quality hand-hammered carbon steel wok that I've just let get destroyed. It's funny. There was a small point in time in 2023 where I was like, I'm going to start making noodles and selling it on the street. And it was just like a harebrained, kind of crazy little entrepreneurial flash. And I was like, I'm going to start cooking noodles on the street. And so I started like preparing for that. And then I was like, no, this is part of the problem. We're doing the tea business. And so I had to kill that. Oh, you got a notification. Ooh. Oh, that's cool. Part of the notification squad. Yeah. Yeah. Ooh, people getting notifications. That's awesome. That's cool. Yeah, Emmanuel thought that was funny. Emmanuel always like pops by and he'll like validate some joke I made. Was it the idea that I was gonna be like a foreigner on the streets of China cooking noodles? I still fantasize about that sometimes, but I don't even eat noodles anymore, so I guess that's out. Yeah. Okay, well I'm probably gonna wrap it up there. You guys are a lot of fun. And yeah, I'll probably wrap it up there. And I'll try to get serious about my videos. I've got a list of like 100 video ideas. And you can't have too many ideas without enough execution. You can't be like living in dream world thinking about stuff all the time. You gotta do. So I'm gonna try to do more. And think maybe less. I don't know. Yeah, you too, BRB Jim and ABH313. Thanks so much for stopping by. Yeah, white guy noodles would have made a killing. Wow. 看一下，这个老外，这个明条, I forgot the verb cook. I don't know how to say cook. 他的明条非常好. His noodles are the best. Okay, guys, I will see you later. Thanks so much for stopping by. And I hope he's got no shirt on. Thanks for stopping by, and I will see you tomorrow. And I'll leave you with these shiny, just glistening buds. I guess it'd be glistening more if the sun wasn't blocked out by the PM 2.5 today. All right, later, guys. Thanks for stopping by. I'll see you tomorrow. Thank you, Emmanuel and ABH313 and BRB Jim.